This meeting of personnel together. First item of business is a motion to approve the minutes of prior meetings. Motion by Supervisor Lowe, second by Supervisor Sokol. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I gave SUNY Adirondack a pass today. They don't have a lot to bring up, but I do plan on getting over there sometime before the next meeting and have a discussion with the president. Items to be discussed. Review of report on tracking vacancies filled. Jackie? Or?
I just provided the tracking starting in the year, so it's a nice short one so far. And only a couple of them have actually been filled.
No new positions included. Next, we need a request to renew the contract with Alliance Worldwide to perform background checks for management level positions for a term commencing January 19th through terminating January 19th, 2020 for 2 years. Motion by Supervisor Lowe, second by Supervisor Simpson. Discussion. Go ahead.
Just for the verbal record, it's on the agenda. It's February 19th.
February 19th, yes.
February.
Sorry,
19th.
did I say January? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Opposed? Anybody opposed? Discussion on whether the county should move forward on hiring a full-time, yes, Supervisor Lowe.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm a member of the Facilities Committee, and I noted that our chairman expressed some interest in having a county manager on site to represent the county. And I'm in full support of that, and I blame myself for not moving forward as a member of the committee. If it's our facility, it's a nice facility, and I think we need a position in that area. So I would make a motion that we advertise for a full-time airport manager to replace Russ Dewberry.
We have a motion by Mr. Lowe. Do we have a second by Mr. Simpson to get it on the floor? Any other discussions from the committee?
Yes, Mr.
Supervisor
Chairman. As the chairman of the Facilities Committee, I brought this up at the recent meeting that we had. My observations, because I've spent some time up there recently to get acclimated to the process, is that the county has quite an investment up there. Equipment, it's a county facility, and we are going to venture into negotiations with a fixed-based operator. We just someone seems to do that. And my opinion at this point in time is we need someone there, number one, to continue to protect the county's investment in equipment, someone that can deal with public relations, and someone that has a degree of knowledge on understanding what the FBO contract, if we choose to go in that direction, means, what and how to deal with any issues that may come up. I think that's going to be very important if we've had enough fixed-based operator in the past, and if we are to continue in that direction, we need someone there, I think, to be able to interpret the contract, understand the contract, and try to resolve any issues that may come up, and they do. You know, anytime you're dealing with an independent organization, those are issues that come up. I don't believe that. I think the new county administrator or yourself, along with the county attorney, will have the time to do justice to that position. So if it's the pleasure of the board to establish a new position, I would suggest that you have someone that is going to be deeply knowledgeable of a contract that you put in place for a fixed-based operator.
We certainly have hired airport managers in the past. We can certainly dig through the history and get an RFP made out with a salary range and put it out within the next 30 days, I would think. Is that doable, Jack?
That's up. Oh, sorry.
Jackie, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jack.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, we've had discussion. Any other discussion from anybody else? Travis?
While I agree with everything that's been said here, It is, I think, in some ways putting the cart ahead of the horse, because we are at the same time looking at whether or not we're going to have the FBO take on a larger role. And it's more similar to what you might see at Saratoga or say Columbia County. And in those cases, while they do have county representatives there, Mr. Spiaziale and Mr. Robinson in Columbia, they are certainly not full-time in that position. They have many of their duties, part of their duties. And if that turns out to be the case, then you may have hired somebody, brought him in here, full-time employee. It just seems that you can't really be looking openly at one proposal while you already decided to go another direction. Would be my comment, that's all. But, you know, you are definitely going to need.
We'll certainly take that under advisement, way we can craft it in a way that we can generate. Thank you for your comment. Yes?
Thank you, Chairman. I guess just clarification on my explanation also. I'm not looking to have another entity take over our airport. It's our airport. I want to have, from now until ever, our people managing that airport, along with an FBO doing the FBO stuff.
Thank you. Let's vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Referrals from Health, Human, and Social Services Committee. Countryside, request to amend the table of organization and salary schedule to create a new position of per diem institutional aid, grade 3, annual salary $27,316, effective March 19th. Motion by Supervisor Simpson. Do we have a second by Supervisor Frazier? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Office of the Aging, request to amend table organization and salary schedule to reduce the hours of meal site cook number 9 for 20 hours per week at the Warrensburg meal site effective February 26, 2018.
I'll make that
Motion by Supervisor Frazier, second by Supervisor Sokol. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Referrals from the Social Support Services, County Attorney. Request to amend the table organization and salary schedule to decrease the salary of First Assistant County Attorney from $73,567 to $65,000 effective March 19, 2018. Motion by Supervisor Simpson, second by Supervisor Loeb. Discussion. Yes.
Just trying to just need a little bit maybe education relative to pay scale for attorneys within Warren County, employed by Warren County, the comparative level of payment as it relates to, I know we recently hired, I think, a couple of attorneys for social services.
Yeah,
Do we remember what those numbers were? And I guess my question is how do the numbers kind of compare?
I'll defer to County Attorney.
The DSS attorneys were raised to the $73,567, but I believe DSS had to come in here and ask to increase their budget. I don't want to have to increase my budget, so I've tried to make the salaries in my office more comparable to each other, since they will be doing the same type of work.
But I guess my question is, if we have a first assistant for you making $65,000, and we have an attorney over in the social services area making $73,000 or $4,000, is that appropriate? Is that fair? Is that good policy? I don't know. I just posed the question.
Do I think it's fair? Probably not. I guess I don't really know what to do about that, because I really don't want to ask to increase my budget.
Well, that's an honest answer. Thank you.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Supervisor Loeb.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Perhaps with reference to Supervisor McDivitt, the budget could be addressed next year.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Perhaps with reference to comments by Supervisor McDivitt, the budget can be addressed next year as far as accommodating his...
Thank you.
sentiments.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Opposed right here.
You're opposed, Peter? Okay, one opposed. Request to amend table organization salary schedule to increase the salary of the second assistant county attorney from $52,000 to $60,000 effective March 19, 2018. You have a motion, get that on the floor. Supervisor Loeb, second by Supervisor Valino. Discussion. Supervisor Bramer.
Thank you. The last time that we looked at filling the second assistant attorney position, we held off on doing that because we wanted to see how Mary was going to be able to handle the workload with a full-time first assistant attorney, which has not yet happened. She hasn't had a full-time first assistant in months, and she will very soon, so I am not in favor of doing this right now. We still haven't had the condition met that we asked to have met last time when we held off.
Okay. All right, thank you.
She's not this person isn't starting until August, so I don't see any harm in waiting to see how it goes when she gets a full-time first assistant.
Okay, any other discussions? All right, let's vote on the motion. All those in favor, signify.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? 2 opposed, 3 opposed. Passed. Request to amend the table of organization and salary schedule to create temporary position of attorney intern. Annual salary $48,000 effective August 1 through January 31st, 2019. Somebody want to make a motion, get on the floor? Supervisor Lowe, second by Supervisor Simpson. Discussion. Let's vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 1 opposed. Carried. Number 6. It was brought to me by office staff, and I talked with Amanda about this. It's doing something Employees of the Month. It's a program that a lot of businesses do. We thought it would be something that we should start here. I don't know if the write-up is included. Is the write-up included in the agenda?
Yes,
Item number 6 in your agenda. I bring that out today, and I'll ask that if the next personnel meeting, if we can look it over, maybe tweak it, or if you don't want to move forward with this, we don't have to, but it's for your information today. It's something that a lot of businesses do. There'll be criteria set up, and then we'd have to figure out a reward process that the county can do legally. I know we're very restricted, give away taxpayers' funds to do this, but maybe each one of the committee members could ante up a gift certificate once a month to give to somebody for doing this. But anyways, that's for this. It's for your information. Take it back, review it, pros and cons, and then we'll deal with it at next month's personnel meeting. Yeager and Flynn, do they have anything today? We don't have anything. We'll leave that on. Also, we're going to ask Yeager and Flynn to reach out to, I believe, Tompkins County to try to talk to some of the county officials out there for the expanded shared services health insurance plan that they do out there. I think they are self-insured, Tompkins County. I believe it came back from NISAC, and I haven't had a chance to reach out to them. Supervisor Thomas.
Yes, as far as Yeager and Flynn and self-insurance, I would suggest that we form a subcommittee to meet with Yeager and Flynn at least quarterly to really dive in depth into our self-insurance plan and find incentives and ways that we can save the county money and maintain our insurance and maintain everyone's health. When we first talked about this, that was the intent at that meeting.
Okay. I'll ask the chairman if he wants to appoint a subcommittee so we can...
That's the pleasure of governing committee, sure.
Okay. How many people would like to serve on this committee? How many of the personnel...
I was in support of it.
How many people would like to serve on personnel?
I consider it.
Simpson?
I don't mind. I think it should appear before finance anyway, so put me on it.
Okay, Sokol, Simpson, Mike Swan. Anybody else wish to sit in? And Supervisor Thomas, you can capture them? Thomas, Treasurer Swan, Mr. Simpson, Mr. Sokol. Okay? And then you can report back hopefully by the April meeting. You can get a report put together. April meeting. Vacancies that were approved by the oversight committees: health services, nurse technician, grade number 11, due to retirement. Public health program coordinator, grade 18, due to creation. Public works, confidential secretary to the superintendent of public works, and that's due to resignation. Tourism, assistant tourism coordinator, due to resignation. County attorney, second assistant county attorney, due to resignation. Any questions? Those were all approved in committee. I have two things for the committee, the members who weren't there yesterday. We are going to make an offer on the position of county administrator, subject to review of background checks at a salary not to exceed $110,000. As voted on by committee yesterday. And the committee also voted to extend the special counsel for 30 days at a rate of, I believe, $95 an hour, up to 16 hours a week. Both those items were approved by committee yesterday. I'll open up discussion for anybody on committee or anybody from the floor. Supervisor, or excuse me, that was a slip, Travis. Mr. Whitehead, please.
On that last issue, just a point of order, really. I mean, we have a board of supervisors where everybody carries a different weight because, you know, we elect at Queensbury, where we count 40% of the population, we only have 5 representatives here. They carry a bigger weight than some of the others. Now you're telling me that a decision has been made to extend an offer not based on any weighted vote, but on committee vote. And, you know, while you might go ahead and say, well, technically we'll end up bringing this to the full board, it's kind of like if my wife brought me 5 pails of paint that was mixed up at Lowe's and said, how do you like the color? She's not really asking about the color. She's asking me to get the ladder out and put it up. You know. So I really do not think that the people are being fairly represented when you make decisions like this in committee.
Thank you. Supervisor Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. People doing the process backwards, and unfortunately often we do that up here. We're going to make an offer. You're going to authorize an offer to an individual who hasn't even gotten the authority from the board yet to be given this position. Now, maybe I'm slow, but what if the board says we don't want to approve this position, this person, and now we've already made them an offer? Now, the world's going to end? No. This guy's going to be very embarrassed. We as a county are going to be very embarrassed. Why don't we do something right for once? Why don't we actually get board approval before we go into the negotiations of making an offer? That's just a crazy idea I have. But that to me is the correct process. And I don't want to hear about, well, that will delay something or this or that. We've been without a county administrator for, I don't know, 16, 18 months, 20 months. So another month isn't going to be the end of the world. So I just would like us to start doing things correctly up here once in a while and not do things backwards. But that's just me.
Thank you, Deb. Anybody else? Supervisor Lowe?
Mr. Chairman, I guess in response to that, I would say I don't think this is backwards. I think this is the appropriate way to go. We have a committee organization in this county, and the committees are on the responsibility of the committees to make these decisions and take these actions.
Thank you.
Just one final comment. Thank you, Mr. Lowe. But it's the full board that approves, Mr. Lowe. It's not a committee. It's the full board that approves this individual or not. And that's what I believe you're missing.
Thank you.
Do you need a resolution from this committee?
We had one yesterday. So. Okay, I have nothing for anybody else has anything to bring up for personnel? Okay, we'll move on to finance. Oh, do we adjourn this one? Okay, motion to adjourn this. I'm sorry. See, Jack, you're not the only one who needs help. Motion by Mr. Lowe, second by Mr. Simpson to adjourn.